Professor and peers, this is actually for all of you. We've gone through a lot of discussions on a plethora of ideas and whatnot. I want to bring something pertinent to everyone that you're going to use throughout your entire academic career, and of course, for those of us that don't have much of an academic career left, for the rest of your life. Now, this is a really odd one for you. Hopefully, you get to enjoy it. We're going to be discussing what a cluttered workspace looks like and why it doesn't work. So let's take a look. We are currently in my office, and I apologize for all of the moving of the recording unit. I'm not very good at this, but let's take a look at this. Okay, standard twin screen computer system. Again, useful because I can pull up a lot of information. Useless because right now you can almost see I've got Pandora up. I've got wiring diagrams up for a vehicle I'm working on. I got a lot of nonsense. Now let's look at the desk itself. All right, check this out. Dr. Pepper, absolutely essential, but caffeine is not the best thing to be working with when you're doing anything academic. As much as it's designed to keep us awake and all that, and we love the taste, caffeine also dulls your senses and actually makes it more difficult to retain information. Moving on. Just looking at this workspace, we've got everything going on here. I've got the computer I need to send back for my daughter. I've got my helping hands here where I was doing some wiring. I've got notes on accounting here. I've got notes on transcription work here. I've got notes on family work here. I've got this pile right here that is everything from art equipment to the to the studies that I'm doing on bitterness and the like. Now, and a lot of that has to do with theological. But now you look behind me here, just over my shoulder, boop, right there, is basically the board that I use to keep track of everything that I'm doing. Now, here's a problem with that as well. The layout of the board is not helpful. All right, first of all, it's difficult to read because my handwriting's garbage for the most part. And there's really no organization to it. Now, that's fixed, but the reason why I wanted to bring this to light is all of us do the same thing. We've got a ton of other things going on in our workspace that clearly don't deal directly with what we're working on. Now, another follow-on to this would be, what does a good workspace look like? You know, it's a lot easier to say, okay, this is a good workspace, but how do you take what you have and make it something better? Realistically, you do it on your own. This evening, and the reason why I was able to do it now, this is Sunday for me. Sunday is my night where I go through and correct everything else that's going on. So if you're going to have a workspace, get it squared away. Do not have half a dozen different things out. Don't have things in your space that simply take up space. Prime example, why do I have a whole rack of poker chips on my desk? I don't even know. I have a 4-year-old, so I know how it got there. But organize your workspace. If your workspace looks like this, you're wrong. If you want to do well academically, you want to do well professionally, you cannot have a workspace that is cluttered, that's disorganized, that has all this nonsense going on. Now, if you want to talk about where does my information come from, there's 1,000,006 workspace websites out there and people who you can pay great money to tell you how to do it. Look, do it your way. The only way that's going to work for you is the way that you've designed. I like to use a lot of clear, open workspace. I like to have large screens so I can leave a lot of bits of information out. But for the most part, if it doesn't need to be there, don't put it there. Don't leave it there. Clean up and get your act together. You're going to do a lot better. You're going to be a lot more focused. When you're focused, work takes a lot less time to actually accomplish. Now, again, not a great video. Again, still not really good at the whole recording thing here, but I do want you to understand this, all of this, that is what a terrible workspace looks like. Now, I believe we have one more presentation coming up, at which point I will actually be delving into what a good workspace looks like, why it works, and maybe even a couple of ideas to work from. Otherwise, I hope you all can take the information that I've delivered here and apply it to yourself. Look at what you've already got going on and fix whatever is messed up. Otherwise, thanks again, and look forward to talking to you more later.